Okay guys, I know some of you have remembered that I said I'm not gonna buy this car. Now, guess what? How much I got it for? $125. That's a more reasonable price and that's why I got it. And a couple of specs you might already know except the motor configuration, which I hope you can see. Let's see, zooming a bit more. Here we go. 3400 kV motor. Okay. And I'm not sure about the gearing. I think it's the large pinion, just like the version 1 of the 124017. And I'm gonna pause this and open it up. I'm gonna do a quick review of this guy. Okay, come with an Allen key, H2 batteries. Okay, 1500 milliamp hour. These actually pack more than 1500 milliamp hour. Milliamp hour. USB charger. I believe, yeah, 2 amp. I think 2 amp. I'll open up later and check it out. And then, of course, the car itself and the nothing special transmitter. I already see some review that's not review on like review on Amazon that said this little car is clogging. I'm not sure, but I'll give it a little quick test and see. But what I want to talk about is, if you notice, I took the shocks out because no oil shocks. These are not oil filled. But I took it apart and it seems like you could put oil in, but I'm not sure if the oil will leak or not. If history repeats itself, like the A959, you can put oil in there. It leaks a little bit, so that may be the same with this. I do notice the bottom nut here, the one that I opened up, this is glued on. There is gaskets in there, and there is gasket in the top. So it's, yeah, I think it's a good enough for putting some oil in there. If it's leak a little bit, at least it serves its purpose. So this is, of course, the second battery, 35 amp ESC, individual receiver, and here's the power switch, Dean's connector. Well, I think everybody already know, from the center part all the way along the line is basically a 144010. Everything is interchangeable except, of course, the center drive, the drive shaft, but the gearing and everything, the arm holder or reinforcement they call it, is exactly the same. This is the same, steering is just the same, and let's see, they don't have a servo saver. I wonder if you can fit it. It looks like you could fit the servo saver in there just fine. And of course, this is what I call a cheaper version of the 144010. The reason I said that is you get a downgraded shocks, downgraded plastic front and rear shock towers. The wing is actually smaller too, by the way. Smaller wheels, no foam insert, it's just cheap wheels, but they get pretty good grip. Unfortunately, if it's the same, it's basically the same as the A959. And when these are at speed, you can probably last about, I don't know, 4 batteries before it become bald. What else should I talk about? Aluminum chassis. What else is the downgrade? Let me think. I think that's about it for the downgrade part. Oh yeah, the servo saver, of course. If you also notice, the steering bar is actually thinner. So I wonder is because there's some geometry changes on the steering component there. It's likely, I would think, because it looks like it is shorter. This the black arm there. Oh, right here, the black arm here. So, all right. And a lot of people comparing this to a A959. I think honestly is no comparison, because this is a huge upgrade if you compare it to A959. As the price goes, when it was at 180 bucks, that's pretty crazy, man. I don't know who would buy it. All the review you see, not all, but most of the review you see up there talking about it is because they send them a free card to review. So who would actually spend $180 to buy this car? You tell me. Now I got it for 125, like I said, at Amazon. So that is I guess a good price point for this car, because the 144010 is running at about 140, and for 124017, yeah, that one is running at about 150, 160 on Amazon. So that's kind of okay, I guess, suppose. But then if you go to AliExpress, even at 125 at this price, you can buy its bigger brother, which is all the way up to 124017. And you can get some change back if you buy the 144010. So you make your own judgment. Maybe you like micro cars, so that's the reason you want to buy it. But this is not exactly micro. It does go fast, like, there's no reason not to, because all the internal mechanics is exactly the same as a 144010. Oh god, I'm running out of numbers here. And so is the 124017. Now notice the wheels is smaller. So I'm actually surprised when people doing the review and they got the speed exactly the same as 124010 or 124017. So initially I thought it would be slower, but then I guess the weight reduction, because of the shocks is lighter, the shock towers are lighter, a smaller ESC, really tiny. Look at that. Let me get the other one for you here. Let's see if I got it. Okay, hang on. Okay, here's the ESC from 144010 and up. It's much bigger than this tiny 35M ESC. I don't know how hot they get when people doing their review, so I have to give that a try and report back later on. Take it back, there's no servo saver. They actually had it built in, the tiny one over here, instead of putting it here. Okay. Here's another comparison. I'm actually comparing to the UDI RC, and look at the wheelbase. UDI RC is claimed to be 116, and the little buggy is 118. So yeah, interesting, isn't it? Look at that. Boom. So what do you think? So you could modify it and put the RIC truck body on it if you want. Cool. Okay, there's double gasket at the bottom. And that's the valve. And unfortunately the top is just a really thin rubber gasket. Okay, I tried the beefier shocks and it fits just fine, but you have to put it on the outer hole, otherwise it's going to have interference there. And the shocks came from this Hypergirl RC. And another thing, I tried to put shock oils in there, and so far so good, I suppose. The only problem is some of these shocks has Loctite that keep it from opening, and so I tried you can't get heat to it either, so you have to get a big pair of pliers and try to break it open. Fortunately there's just 1 out of the 4 that I have this problem. Budget RC, I just use my silicone oil. Now that's much better. I always want to turn the back a little bit stiffer because most of the weight of this car is at the back. Alright. Nice. Alright. Okay. Well, there you have it. Overgeared setup. Why do they still do that? I don't know. Do they really have so many overstocks? Full floor. Alright, let's see what we got. No. Mine doesn't back up. Why? Oh well. Oh! Stuck. Watch, it does have a little bit of clogging. Ooh! It doesn't back up. Okay, nothing's broken. Just lots of dirt kicked up. And I think the problem is this. I probably need to wire this so the fan won't hit the wire. But other than that, everything looks good. Nothing broken. This, of course, from hitting on the ground. The putting oil shocks in there make a huge difference, especially for jumps. Okay. Let's see. See what we got. Nice. It does not look that fast because it's stable.